Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to request that you please rise to welcome the procession that's entering graduation hall. The procession is being led by none other than the president of BMS campus, Dr. W.A. Following him will be our chief guests, special guests, faculty onwards to join us as we begin this graduation ceremony. Our distinguished guests, the President of BMS, Dr. W.A. our Chief Guests and special guests, please proceed towards the oil lamp. Lighting The oil lamp is a deep-rooted tradition in Sri Lanka. It signifies many things, amongst which is the calling of blessings on this August gathering. So I'd like for all of you here to please remember to seek blessings on all yourselves and each other this morning. And now that we have made our intentions and purpose clear this morning, I'd like to invite the distinguished members of the head table to please proceed on stage and take their seats. Members of the audience, you may now take your seats.
Matresiya kantanca Chaturpadeva Saraswati Mame Anguli Malanca Dakineya Yut Ganeshwara ගත්ත විචා මම කළ දස්කම් උගත්තායටමයි ලොව පවතිනේ ලදුන්ට දරුවන් සුරතල් කුමටද වැදුමවුන්ටයි ලො ඇත්තේ තම්දන තත්තන තනා තන තම්දන තෙයිතන තත්තන තනා තෙයිතන තත්තන තනා තන තම්දන තෙයිතන තත්තන තනා
First of all, ladies and gentlemen, congratulations for making it to this day. And to mark this, I'd like to please request that you rise as a family of BMS for the BMS Campus Anthem.
BMS අපවිද්‍යාභූමි දස දෙසකිතු ගොස සුපදර වැනි මතුලොව දිනුමට ගුණ නැන දේදී එම ලොව වෙත අප සැමගෙන යාවී BMS எங்கள் அறிவியல் மைதானம் சுற்றிச் சென்று எமது தாயை பாருங்கள் எதிர்கால வெற்றிக்கு ஞானத்தை அளிக்கிறதே அறிவியல் உலகுக்கு என்னை விதைக்கிறதே நீங்கள் எங்கள் பலமே நீங்கள் எங்கள் சக்தி நீங்கள் எங்கள் வழிகாட்டி நாங்கள் உங்களுடையவர்கள் BMS our veritas of knowledge oh mother prestige everywhere you give us wisdom of quality you will carry us to the winning world you're our strength you're our cause you're our liberator you're our protector shine BMS shine shine in the world shine every day shine all the way
You can take your seats now. Dear friends, today is a day of celebration, a celebration of effort, commitment, and ambition of possibly everyone, or perhaps everyone in this room, students or graduates today, faculty or parents alike. Today, the graduation of 2025 is a showpiece of that very effort and dedication. May I take the opportunity now to present to you or introduce you to the luminaries sitting at the head table this morning. Our chief guest this morning is Professor Paul Croney, the Chief Vice Chancellor of Teesside University, UK. Dr. W.A. Vijayawardena, President of BMS Campus, the former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Professor Mark Simpson, Deputy Vice Chancellor of Teesside University, UK. Dr. Warren Harrison, Pro Vice Chancellor of Teesside University, UK. Dr. Callum Gamage, the Vice President of BMS Campus. Dr. Madhi Kandaya, Dean from the Faculty of Life and Medical Sciences. Professor Madhuranga Kulathunga, Associate Dean from the Faculty of Management and Technology. We also recognize the kind presence of Dr. Gamini Samaranayaka, Senior Vice President of BMS Campus. Dr. Kevin Thomas, Associate Dean, International Teesside University, and also Mr. George Hunt, Director of International Development of Teesside University, UK. Ladies and gentlemen, BMS Campus celebrated its Silver Jubilee in 2024 as it records 25 years of legacy in higher education that year. Today, in 2025, after a very long degree awarding institution recognized by the Ministry of Education in terms of the Universities Act of Sri Lanka. BMS Campus is also a member of the Association of Commonwealth Universities. The journey of BMS Campus has evolved into an institution of academic excellence, fostering innovation, creating and shaping the future of the next generation of leaders. BMS is one of the largest education providers non-state. It has a strong community of students, parents, and alumni who have also generated effort towards its success. Ladies and gentlemen, enough of me speaking. There is a special someone who is more worthy, more eloquent enough to address all of you this morning in welcome. A thought leader, and BMS's success is achieved under his strategic leadership. It's none other than its president, Dr. W.A. Wijewardena. I'd like to invite him to the podium to welcome all of you all, a person who has been instrumental in building an institution which is chosen time and again by parents to send their children. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. W.A. Wijewardena.
Professor Paul Crony, OBE, Vice Chancellor of Teesside University, and our chief guest this morning, all the other dignitaries at the head table, Dr. Nisam Razak, our director, faculty, staff, graduates, MBA holders, parents, distinguished invitees, and ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the governing board and the Senate of BMS Campus, I would like to extend a very warm welcome as well as congratulate all our students who have excelled in studies at BMS Campus and are receiving the awards of recognition from our chief guest today. As was announced, BMS Campus had just celebrated the Silver Jubilee last year. This is the first BMS convocation that we are having after celebrating the Silver Jubilee. And this particular occasion has been graced by Professor Paul Crony, a long-time friend and associate of the BMS Campus. And he and his team have visited Sri Lanka today with a number of happy news about the BMS Campus as well as the Teesside University. Teesside University has been awarded the University of the Year by the prestigious Time Educational Ranking System in the United Kingdom for 2025. which is a very rare accolade which the Teesside University has received. At the same time, the Teesside University has appointed BMS campus as its Sri Lanka Centre, meaning that in the future, all the university degrees, diplomas, and postgraduate degrees of the Teesside University will be offered through the BMS campus. This is a recognition that we have received after being associated with Professor Paul Crony for more than 2 decades. BMS campus, as was announced, is a university approved by the Sri Lanka government, and it can offer its own degrees now, just like any other university in the country. But at the same time, we have chosen to associate ourselves with prestigious universities in the United Kingdom so that we would be able to maintain the quality standards as well as the academic qualifications of those prestigious universities. So one such university is the Teesside University. I am happy to announce today our association with this university had helped us a lot to learn about how we should maintain our academic standards, what type of academic courses that we should offer to our Sri Lankan students, as well as how the degree certificates should be accredited by a foreign university so that our degree certificates are recognized throughout the globe. You are receiving those diplomas as well as degree certificates under those conditions. Everybody knows that studying is not a very pleasant activity. It actually requires a lot of stress, lots of hard work, and you all have done that with the support of our academic staff, which has always been there to provide a helping hand to students to complete their diploma as well as degree programs. As our motto says, make learning happen. But learning doesn't happen automatically. It happens with the active intervention of our academic staff. I am thankful to our academic staff for providing this continuous support to our students, and it is this support which has been spread by word of mouth by the past students to market the diploma programs as well as the degree programs offered by the university. So therefore, it is actually a win-win situation for both students as well as the BMS campus. And our staff has been also very friendly staff. I am being told by parents who visit the BMS campus, one distinguishing feature that they will observe immediately after they enter the BMS premises is the broad smile with which our staff would be welcoming the parents and the visitors. And that is, again, one of our mottos at the BMS. So our staff has been working very hard to attain the particular situation in which we are today. And also, I thank the staff for providing this kind of a support to BMS campus. It is our students as well as parents who have been the real asset to BMS. Parents have placed trust in us because we have been maintaining the quality standards of education in Sri Lanka. And parents know through experience as well as they have been told by the other parents whose students have passed out from BMS campus previously that the BMS is a serious place where the academic standards are concerned. So I thank the parents for providing support to the students as well as placing the trust in BMS campus by sending their students continuously to us. Sri Lanka government today is actually trying to digitally transform Sri Lanka's economy, which is one of the main policy strategies of the government. BMS campus has been trying to support the government of Sri Lanka in a very small way by offering the digital courses within the BMS campus and providing the necessary staff, the necessary human capital to Sri Lanka's economy so that the economy can prosper in the future. So our mission for the society has been that we'll be supporting the Sri Lankan society to attain a high level of economic growth in the future. And you are, after passing out from BMS campus, one of the first teams that would be going out to the market to provide this particular facility to Sri Lanka's economy. So think of yourself as our messengers, and your job has been to provide a continuous support to Sri Lanka's economy to make it a developed country in the future. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for those wonderful words, ladies and gentlemen. I think now it's time, like the president of BMS actually said, we are serious. And to make things serious, we need to formally announce that this graduation ceremony is declared open. To do the honors, it gives me pleasure to invite to the podium our chief guest here this morning, Professor Paul Crony, to the podium to declare this graduation ceremony is open.
Good morning. I declare the BMS Convocation Ceremony 2025 is now open.
Thank you, Professor. And with those magical words, we now will begin. Ladies and gentlemen, today BMS diplomates consist of programs of Higher National Diploma in Business, Higher Diploma in Biomedical Science, Biotechnology, Food Science and Nutrition, Medical Biotechnology, and graduate diplomas in Management, and graduates of Teesside University and Master of Business Administration. This is the list. We will begin or commence handing over of the Higher National Diploma in Business Awards first. It is in affiliation with Pearson, as all of you know, is the largest learning company in the world from the UK. I'd like to now invite to begin handing over the awards Professor Mark Simpson, the Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Teesside University. The list will consist of those who receive a Higher National Diploma in Business. Dear friends, I am obliged to also tell you from the podium, being the MC for this day, that the condition of attending this convocation or graduation is that you leave with your palms all pink or red. If it's black and blue, even better. So please put your hands together and applaud every single graduate that steps their foot on stage, because they have earned it. Their parents have also felt it, and their faculty have somewhat earned a little bit from their success. So please do applaud and continue to do so throughout the graduation ceremony. The first name to be read out, High National Diploma in Business. Ladies and gentlemen, Adnan Ahmed. Shania Gayasha. Cianza Fonseca. Yushini Fernando. Basit Sirasdeen. Ishal Fazleen. Amir Farooq. Manet Randila. Zahra Rizvi. Idrisinga Chanitu. Sarah Anfas. Niranjana Niranjan. Muhammad Saad Mahis. Nayodhara Periyapperuma. Umar Wahid. Abdullah Intikab. Zaumar Anis. Ashab Siddiq. Muhammad Ifaz. Ibrahim Iftikhar. Arit Pereira. Safia Mustaq. Abdul Rahman Garit. Aisha Ali Akbar. Sweta Ramaraju. Aisha Rasmi. Ruqayya Kareem. Hidayatullah Ruiz. Nuha Nazar. Malika Amit. Rishaf Ahmed. Kavishri Durga Krishnamurthy. Zumra Zuhri. Muhammad Umair Irfan. Muhammad Rashid. Swada Siddiq. Beg your pardon, Sauda Siddiq. Shairam Kannadas. Metusha Rashminda. Adib Alim. Shane Akshay. Neha Raya. Haresha Netmi. Abhishek Akaz. Abharni Jayaratnam. I'd like to request Professor Mark Simpson to please stay on stage. The Higher National Diploma in Business provides degree pathways in global business management, accounting and finance, marketing, human resource management. Higher National Diploma in Business is also recognized by 200 universities worldwide. And that's something that you need to keep in mind regarding the value of what you have achieved. And a small request also, I'd like to lessen the burden on you this morning. I've noticed that you start clapping soon as they walk. It would be very photo and video friendly if you could only focus on when they receive it and pose for the photograph. It saves your palms and also looks nice. Would you be able to do that? A small request from the podium. Let's move on. The Higher National Diploma in Business, Atif Falil. Now's the time you clap. Mohammad Hafiz. Fasrit Uwais. Nuha Bishrun. Adish Dakshit. Sharanya Pushparaja. Asvika Tiruchelvan. Mitleshwar Velukumar. Akshi Kanagalingam. Ishaq Hussain. Randit Seneviratna. Dharani Maharaja. Manimaran Jebadas. Abdul Hamid. Dinali Vanderwall. Ruchira Fonseca. Mutulingam Madhurshika. Banushi Kaduela. Shahid Azwa. Mariam Shiam. Abdul Rahman. Ranil Vijay Khon. Kantasilan Rukshan. Nimisha Suresh Kumar. Harshini Jayakuri. Ashfa Azzat. Ahilash Yogeshwaran. Nagaratnam Levashan. Sumaya Shabir. Danuji Arya Vansha. Afra Fairuz. Bhumiga Shivashankar. Shahina Saraudin. Radea Arshad. And Abdul Basit. As did I with the mentioning of degree pathways and the relevance to access to worldwide education recognition, I'd also like to make another announcement that the following students or candidates achieved the overall Academic Excellence Award and they have received commendations. In addition to the Higher National Diploma in Business, they also received today the Certificate of Academic Achievement. And now that I have reduced the amount of applause, please do concentrate it because it seems like the volume is reducing. So please do join in the celebration. Ladies and gentlemen, High National Diploma in Business achieved with Academic Excellence Commendation. Afia Zahran. Inshira Iftikhar. Aisha Shiam. Amani Maznavi. And Mushaf Mafaz. We continue with the High National Diploma in Business achieved with Academic Excellence Commendation. Reema Risham. Akila Fawaz. Hamjita Jagannathan. Atifa Hamir. Thank you, Professor. Thank you very much for your services on stage. I'd like to relieve you. And as he walks away, may I say this, that BMS maintains the longest transnational education partnership, or TNE for short, in Sri Lanka, which has been recorded as a case study in the British Council in Sri Lanka research report of 2024. BMS campus was the first non-state higher education institution to provide access to studies in biomedical science, biotechnology, food science and nutrition, and medical biotechnology. BMS has been lobbying, meanwhile, to develop a new profession of scientists in Sri Lanka. BMS graduates are currently pursuing scientific studies and careers in the UK, Australia, France, Finland, Germany, USA, and other European countries. And with that said, I'd like to now invite Dr. Warren Harrison, the Pro-Vice Chancellor of Teesside University, UK, to hand over the higher diploma in biomedical science, biotechnology, food science and nutrition, and medical biotechnology awards. Ladies and gentlemen, keep the applause going. We start with Janani Yogeshwaran. Dirasha Akashi. Rifsika Mammekani. These are the higher diploma in biomedical science. Satusigan Udayakumar. Manchurika Surya Kumaran. Devinia Rajitan. Adiba Ifam. Jessica Selvaraj. Himzi Ahmed. Azra Razmi. Deoni Natasha. Sanuli Mammulage. Nimet Padruheva. Nikini Ranasinghe. Keith Fernando. Dilanka Vikramaratna. Manudina Suvani. Jitma Bodin. Akshaya Veerapandian. Sharuyan Vasantan. Shala Rasmi. Hana Shafqat. Yenny Robertson. Ravi Kabinath. Parindi Hapuarachi. Zahra Lafir. Risadi Virakon. Premier Mohan Raj. Abhinash Nandakumar. And as I ask our presenter to please remain on stage and make this announcement, the higher diploma in biomedical science is approved by the Institute of Biomedical Science in UK, which provides pathways for graduates to become scientists in the international research environment. And now it is my pleasure to also give you an achievement of a BMS graduate in biomedical science. BMS graduate Ravi Rekha Raghuchandra is currently working as a research practitioner at Oxford University, #1 in the world, along with leading scientists to develop medicine for respiratory diseases. And that's quite an achievement. Don't you think it deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen? The following candidates achieved the overall Academic Excellence Award and they receive commendations. In addition to the Higher National Diploma in Biomedical Science, they will also receive a Certificate of Academic Achievement. Higher Diploma in Biomedical Science achieved with Academic Excellence Commendation. Ladies and gentlemen, the first name to be read out, Lachelle Vincent. Zainab Rahman. Hadia Rifki. Araniga Anand Kumaran. Titiksha Sera Singha. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the higher diploma in biomedical science achieved together with the academic excellence commendation. Santya Sivanandan. Dinuri Fernando. Nihansa Jayatilaka. Safia Rushan. And Miyuni Jayasingha. The Higher Diploma in Biotechnology program is accredited by the Royal Society of Biology UK, which establishes international benchmarks for academic standards of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, we move on now to the Higher Diploma in Biotechnology. Shaham Muhais. Azan Imran. Udana Kumarasiri. Yalisha Dharmapriya. Ahsan Siddiq. Ravindya Vitana. Anita Desmond. Rwanya Ratnayaka. Tien Dizoiza. Ihtizam Ismail. Tarani Chandrasekhara. Abhisheka Samarakudi. Yogeshwaran Sanakya. Shalindri Fernando. Suha Rizwan. Devni Fernando. Lisara Semindi. Sakura Seniviratna. Tisuri Netmini. Rahma Ahmed. Amna Zahir. Imeshi Nanayakara. Michelle Fernando. Sakya Talagahawatta. Osaka Vishmini. Netmi de Souza. Bhagya Pereira. And Binu Silva. Higher Diploma in Medical Biotechnology, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Parami Premathilaka. I'm happy to make another announcement from the podium, and that is that another graduate in biotechnology, Heshan Shanuka, is now employed as a research assistant in the Cambridge University, UK. which is ranked number 5 in the world. The following candidates, ladies and gentlemen, achieved the overall academic excellence and they received commendations. In addition to the higher diploma in biotechnology here this morning, they will also receive a certificate of academic achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for this list. Sivaraja Krisoban. Abeta Hariharan. Tehara Jasuria. Senuri Metmini. We will now move on to the High Diploma in Food Science and Nutrition. Leah Vijay Singha. Umair Riaz. Leon Kalabovila. Dilekha Rajatunga. The following graduates, ladies and gentlemen, achieved overall academic excellence and they received commendations for their program. So in addition to the higher diploma in food science and nutrition, they will also receive certificates of academic achievement. In the higher diploma in food science and nutrition, ladies and gentlemen, this list starts with Zainab Inshaf. Shailaja Jayachandra Kumar. And after a long list, Dr. Warren, I'd like to thank you for being on stage and for your service. Ladies and gentlemen, the audience, the Best Student Award for the Higher National and Higher Diploma for the year 2025. The criteria includes a minimum of 220 credits in distinctions, and the student must secure overall distinctions in the program. In addition, the student also has to demonstrate higher levels of academic excellence and also involve in extracurricular activities. In order to hand over the Best Student Award 2025, I'd like to invite to the fore the President of BMS Campus, Dr. W.A. Vijayawardena. I think these students deserve a round of applause that is just continuous. Okay, so let's start. Best Student Award 2025, Higher National Diploma in Business. The first name to read out, Afia Zahran. Best Student Award 2025 for the Higher Diploma in Biomedical Science goes to Nihansa Jaya Thilaka. The Best Student Award 2025 for the Higher Diploma in Biotechnology. We have two candidates. The first name, Tehara Jayasurya. And Senuri Metmini. Friends, the Best Student Award 2025 for the Higher Diploma in Food Science and Nutrition goes to Shailaja Jaya Chandra Kumar. I'd like to thank Dr. Vijay Varadhan. Thank you so much, sir, for doing the honors. Now we move on to the Graduate Diploma in Management. The Graduate Diploma in Management program is widely recognized by employers for its content, assessment, and the research components involved. Our partner universities in the UK, Australia, and New Zealand recognize this graduate diploma with progression into degree pathways. The Graduate Diploma has unique bachelor's and master's pathway options with Teesside University, UK, and Northumbria University, UK. Ladies and gentlemen, may we present you and may I invite Professor Mark Simpson, Deputy Vice-Chancellor, Teesside University, to hand over the Graduate Diploma in Management Program Awards this morning. So like I mentioned, the Graduate Diploma in Management. Azra Ismail. Shehan Chandrasekhara. Sahan Nirman. Sashini Ruandya. Murugaya Igneshwari. Rohanti Senaratna. Sanduni Handapangoda. Sayuri Samarasinghe. Sharon Anandaraj. Ashan Jayakudi. Tilini De Silva. Monir Ridoy. Mustafa Afzal. Haswati Jayadeep. Apurva Vikrama Arachi. Glenda Fernando. Yomasha Sarali. Tahan Alvis. Mariam Fahmi. Charuni Pereira. Kavindu Korituaku. Piumi Kure. The applause seems to be dwindling, ladies and gentlemen. Please keep it going as strong as possible. I'm trying to help you from the podium too. Shavini Seneviratna. Sivakumar Chanel. Janavi Selvaraja. If you're finding it hard to guess when to start, just keep going. It's fine. Takshila Selvaraja. Muttulingam Pradeep. Nadi Silva. Rahul Jeevagan. Daphne Roy. Satish Sabitihan. Kushmi Ranavana. Malit Lanka Tilaka. Ravindu Kure. Abdur Rahman. Aingaran Krishnasamy. Kavisha Veerasinghe. Dulmit Pahlawatta. Arafat Wazir. Lakshika Felix. Grace Kaushalya. Nazreen Qasim. Navaratna Raja Bavaharan. Surash Shaubanan. Anuradha Dilrukshi. Balakrishnan Shalini. Anusha Jnanaraja. Vaidyanathan Gopi. Lakshan Varghese. Zainab Gauss. Glennie Hadrian. Jekan Vivasan Vetrichelvan. Haran Augustine. Shashika Vikramaratna. Manimaran Tinoshan. Gokul Ravichandran. Aisha Muiz. Ijaz Ifham. Shiroza Ali. Fatima Rima. Atirei Navukarasan. Tinushi Mandaya. Gayatri De Silva. Shamira Mufazzal. Minola Fernando. Chloe Benjamin. Daphne Williams. Pradisha Naryaratnam. Dushan Chamot. Shanmuganathan Madhushant. Peter Alvin. Shiba Murthy. Shana Stephen. Punsara Udeni. Sachin Jayasurya. Purnima Erandi. Imam Rizwan. Ratishika Sinnamuttu. Madhavi De Silva. Divinci Ganesh. Jevon Kanana Arachi. Tuvaraga Balendran. Ishara Vimukti. Bianca Xavier. Thank you, Professor Mark. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something special happening this morning, and I have now come to that point in the proceedings. With us this morning is a gentleman, a special person, and someone we could call a great leader. This moment is to be thankful, appreciate and pay gratitude to the immense support to BMS campus in its growth over the years. And to do the honors, I'd like to invite Dr. Nizam Razak, the founder, director of BMS campus, on stage. And as he arrives, the announcement is to none other. This person this morning who's with us is none other than Professor Paul Crony, our chief guest. Sir, it is an honor to have you amongst us here this morning. Dr. Nizam has a few words that he would like to share from the podium.
Distinguished guests of the head table, and diplomats, graduates, parents, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to give a few lines of Professor Paul Crony, who is our chief guest and also Vice Chancellor of Teesside University. Professor Paul Crony has been known as a leader in higher education, transforming the Teesside city, university, and Teesside team. His efforts and dedication, and more than that, the way he had the leaderships that it has been instrumental to make Teesside University as the University of the Year 2025. That is this year is similar to an Oscar award. And also, Professor Paul Crony has been instrumental to making Teesside as a modern University of the Year 2026. So that there are just a few lines to read, and I'm delighted to do that. It has been a great friend of BMS for 2 decades. Professor Paul Crony, Vice Chancellor and Chief Executive of Teesside UK, an academic scholar in the field of management, business education. Professor Crony has embedded an entrepreneurial outlook at Teesside University, leading with authenticity and ambition. His dedication to transforming lives and economies through education was recognized with the OBE for services to higher education and economic regeneration. Professor Paul Crony has worked in 4 universities and held succession of leadership role over 30-year career in higher education. As we all know, that the Professor Paul Crony's leadership elevated the Teesside University to the close similar to Oscar in higher education, UK's best university 2025, with the official name of University of the Year 2025 by the Times. Making that short introductions, we request Professor Paul Crony to accept our token of appreciation. We are in the graduation 2025, and thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Dr. Nizam Razak and also to receive this token of appreciation, Professor Paul Crony, who's our chief guest here this morning. It's a very important occasion for all of us, and I'd like to mark it in style. Thank you very much. It's indeed been a pleasure listening to him from the podium many times, and I have the privilege of doing so once again. Ladies and gentlemen, may we present to you our chief guest to deliver the convocation address. Professor Paul Crony, it is your time.
Well, thank you so much, everybody. And let me begin. President, Director, distinguished guests, colleagues, graduates, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be here in Sri Lanka to join you for these graduation celebrations for Teesside University and all of the BMS diploma students. It is a real pleasure to be back here in beautiful Sri Lanka. I always love coming to your wonderful country because the weather is much better than the United Kingdom, but also the people are so friendly, warm and welcoming. So it is indeed a great pleasure to be here. I'm also delighted to be back with our strategic partner and great friends at BMS. As you've heard, I've known Dr. Nizam Razik for many years, 2 decades, and Dr. Vijayawardena, and it is a pleasure to thank all of the staff at BMS for their support towards Teesside University, but also, in particular, your director, Dr. Nizam, and Dr. Vijayawardena, the president. It is a real honor to be with you yet again and to see your journey evolve with BMS as one of the best higher education providers in Sri Lanka. It's a pleasure to be part of your journey. So thank you for all your support to me and to all my team at Teesside. It's been a wonderful journey of learning throughout the 2 decades that I have worked with BMS and been privileged to be here in Sri Lanka. Today is a very special day to recognize the achievement and commitment of all our students receiving their awards either from BMS or Teesside University. You have shown strength, commitment, and the determination to succeed in your studies. So congratulations and well done to all the graduates for their fantastic achievements and success. I think we should give all our graduates a round of applause. It is important to remember all those who have helped you on this learning journey. So it is great to see your family and friends here today to celebrate in the celebrations and share all of your achievements. And I would like to thank your family and friends for being with you throughout your studies, either at Teesside University, at BMS, or in your other studies throughout the whole time that you've attended BMS. Today is also an opportunity to reflect and thank others for their commitment towards you, particularly those who are no longer with us. I'm sure all the graduates would agree with me that without this amazing support, some of them might not have made it. So I now invite all of the graduates who are all sat in the front here to stand and give all their loved ones who are sat either at the back or here or in the gallery. I'd like to invite all of the graduates receiving awards today in this hall, this auditorium. If you are able to please stand, could the graduates all stand, please? Could you turn and give your loved ones a round of applause for all this tremendous support that you have had? Give all of it. Thank you. Thank you for that appreciation for your loved ones. Please be seated. I'd also like to thank all of my colleagues at Teesside University or at BMS for all their hard work and professionalism in guiding you through these studies and your learning journey. I think we should give all of my colleagues at the university and BMS a round of applause. To my colleagues. I'd now like to say a few words about Teesside University, because it's important to understand for those who are receiving awards from Teesside University and those who are hoping to attend Teesside University's programs. I'd say a few words about our achievements so far. So I'm pleased to say that Teesside has several achievements and is investing in many areas across the university. For example, Teesside was one of only a few universities to be awarded triple gold in the Teaching Excellence Framework in England. In the UK Research Excellence Framework, most of our research was judged to be world-leading or internationally excellent. And according to the Knowledge Exchange Framework, Teesside was in the top percentage of all providers in England. The National Horizon Centre that we have and the Net Zero Industry Innovation Centre are national assets that are making a real impact regionally, nationally, and globally. Our international student numbers have grown, and we are ranked first in many categories of the International Student Barometer. And our transnational education and TU Online places Teesside University at the heart of a global network of partnerships and businesses, such as this one here with BMS in Sri Lanka. We also now run pharmacy at Teesside, and we have ambitious plans to launch a medical school soon. In terms of league table rankings, as you've heard from Dr. Nizam, this year we have been named Modern University of the Year 2026 in the Daily Mail University Guide. In addition, Teesside University is now ranked in 601 to 800 position group in the Times Higher World Rankings 2026. And finally, as you've heard, we are delighted to have won University of the Year 2025 in the recent Times Higher Education Awards held just 2 weeks ago. These achievements confirm we are delivering our vision to provide an outstanding student and learning experience underpinned by research and knowledge exchange. They also confirm we are delivering our mission to transform lives and economies. To all the graduates here today, a message, if I may. We live in a world of great global challenges in terms of political turmoil, war and conflict, socio-economic crises, and the constant threat to our planet. And now we must understand artificial intelligence and contend with fake news and the denial of key global issues. In this context, we need people who can make a difference and seek to do the right thing for us all. At Teesside, we have a motto. Our Latin motto is Facta non verba, which means deeds, not words. Therefore, graduates, you need to consider your future actions and your contribution to society and the environment. As global citizens and graduates of BMS or Teesside University, you can and will make a difference and do the right thing. So rise to these challenges and seize every moment to change the world for the better. In addition to doing the right thing as Teesside and BMS graduates, you should be bold and ambitious. You've achieved a great deal and now have the knowledge and professional skills to succeed. So apply for that ideal graduate job and embark on your chosen career. Finally, you are the leaders of tomorrow, so aim high and seek to fulfill your dreams wherever they take you. It is the end of one learning journey, but the beginning of another. I hope you've had a life-changing experience with Teesside University and BMS. And we hope to see you again soon through our alumni associations. But we believe learning goes on throughout your lifetime. So we would like to welcome you back to the university or BMS, perhaps on another course, such as a master's degree or a doctorate. Graduates, I'm confident that today marks the beginning of a rewarding new phase in your lives and in your relationship with BMS and Teesside University. Many congratulations on your achievement, and I wish you every success in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor, for those words of encouragement and wisdom. We also would like to make another announcement that's worthy. The BMS campus has been confirmed as Teesside University's regional center for Sri Lanka to deliver transnational education and place students for full-time UK campuses in Teesside and London. And I think that deserves a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. And as a regional center of Teesside University, we will be inviting our graduates to explore studying in the UK or in Sri Lanka. And at the BMS Global Center, we will continue to support you in your future learning journey. And with that said, I'd like to invite our chief guest, I know it's a little bit of an exercise, back on stage to continue handing over the awards here. So here is your set of awards. We move on to the Graduate Diploma in Management Awards. Ladies and gentlemen, keep the applause running. Harini Chandran. Sugashini Ravina. Monisha Jayaseelan. Avandi Kalpana. Shanuji Silva. Piumi Kalansurya. Akil Ahmed. Suganya Inas. Kushani Pereira. Muhammad Imran. Sabiha Farid. Rihana Pires. Vanudi Sivaraja. Amrita Anthony. Kirushant Rajan Atmarajan. Shamodi Madhushani. Sanjit Kumar. Infaz Mulafa. Shanuri Vidyaratna. Abid Afzal. Sandrasegara Dilukshan. Arita Tanipulli Arachi. Sandunina Akara. Hasina Hassan. Makandro Lobo. Nichali Aberatna. Lenukant Ravindranathan. Sadana Villavarayan. Ashani Bandara. Tumali Dinara. Harsha Ruman. Ishara Disanayaka. Tarushika Balasurya. Rikaz Rafiq. Ladies and gentlemen, it seems that I and the person in the front row seem to be applauding the most. I'd like to have all of you all applaud more because it's a full house today. Danusha Subramaniam. They all deserve a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, and let's give them what they've earned. Heshali Pereira. Rehana Sarifuddin. Haveen Kohomange. Shamindri Christie. Shanmita Sukumaran. Jitni Bandaranayaka. Madhushan Chaturanjana. Rajinda Silla Perumage. Lavina Loganathan. Subhani Paris. Tushani Pradeepan. Tarshani Ravishankar. Patu Manurada. Rumana Salihin. Reshani Saumya. Anushka Dilrukshi. Lukshi Gunasekara. Piyumi Vikramasinghe. Trevor Tyler. Dulakshani Naveen. Beg your pardon, Dulakshani Levine. Mohammad Zahid. Abdullah Riza. Moksha Jira Singha. Sinuri Senanayaka. Ahmad Afif. Padmanathan Derek. Amandi Mallavarachi. Lakshana Sharvanant. Darshika Ramakrishnan. Tarshi Kannangara. Don Anjana. And Malisha. Akash Gunalan. Mandeep Gunasekara. Minoshi Samalka. Karthik Loheswaran. Muhan Nizam. Ashat Sharma. Kitusanan Periyanayagam. Tikshana Gunasekara. Manoj Ramachandra. Rashmi Navodya. Sara Asfar. Zarina Juhir. Himaz Sibiti. Sumran Ismail. Lakni Pereira. Lasandi Pereira. Safia Aswa. Fatima Asma. Aflal Mubarak. Selvaratnam Kaushalya. Ladies and gentlemen, the following candidate, who is already on stage, achieved overall academic excellence and also received commendations. Therefore, in addition to the graduate diploma in management, the candidate will also receive a certificate of academic achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Imaza Majid. Many thanks, Professor. Thank you so very much. Thank you. BMS graduate diploma students represent more than 100 companies in Sri Lanka, and it has become the most popular higher education program for executives to managers. BMS recognizes exceptional student performance and non-academic contributions, including extracurricular activities. The best student for graduate diploma in management is required to secure distinction in every module and an overall average of more than 70%. And further, they should have the highest average amongst the class of 2025. And you know that I'm going to announce this name, but before that, to hand over this award, may I have in front the President of BMS, Dr. W.A. Vijayawardena. Ladies and gentlemen, the best student in graduate diploma 2025 is Mariam Fahmi. Thank you. Thank you, Doctor. Teesside University, UK is founded on a rich heritage which has influenced its development to the dynamic, energetic and innovative institution it is today. Teesside University has always been ranked as the best international students. The majority of Teesside University research was judged to be world-leading or internationally excellent. Teesside University was named the Modern University of the Year 2025 by the Daily Mail, recognized for its ambitious approach, strong regional impact, focus on skills, and significant campus investments, being described as the standout candidate in their university guide. Master of Business Administration or MBA degree is an internal degree program, which means the students in Sri Lanka study the same program, modules, and are assessed as the UK students are. To hand over these awards, I'd like to invite our chief guest once again, Professor Paul Crony, who will confer the Masters of Business Administration degrees. Ladies and gentlemen, the list of those receiving their Masters in Business Administration. Aziz Bassett. Maneka Vedakan. Sharon Fernando. Sudarshan Pereira. Ayesh Veerasurya. Dulakshi Ambepitia. Nuha Osan. Hansaka Liana Arachi. No problem. Take your time. Okay. It's a moment to cherish. No problem. What is life without a little bit of action, isn't it? Hansa Kalyana Rache. Yashoda Heenkender. Hirani Jayasingha. Hayat Hamza. Mohammad Sabit. Zuhail Zafar. Nimesh Mendes. Niseni Heva Mallika. Santosh Veerakun. Panchali Ratnayaka. Shazla Aliha. Anne Marie Joseph. Rizwan Rahim. Vikram Fernando. Diniti Nuranjali. Yasara Lasande. Thank you very much, Professor. Thank you so much. You know what is in store next. The candidate who progressed to the MBA degree and secured 70% average from Teesside University, UK. All three programs were completed at BMS with distinctions across every qualification and demonstrating the highest of academic excellence across his studies. Ladies and gentlemen, may we have the President of BMS once again, Dr. W.A. Vijayawardena, to hand over the Best Student Award 2025 for the Master's Degree Program. This student was adjudged by the BMS panel as the best student for the year 2025. The award goes to Yashoda Heenkenda. Thank you very much, sir. We're almost reaching the very end. Ladies and gentlemen, Teesside University and BMS campus intend to introduce Doctorate in Business Administration and Doctor of Professional Practice Business Transformation in the coming year, and that's in 2026. So I'd like to invite you to please look at the prospectus. A graduate who started his learning journey at BMS in 2018 with BTech, HND in Management, progressed to bachelor's and was going on to complete his Master of Business Administration degree, the MBA. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now present to you Nimish Mendes of the MBA batch to make the graduate address on behalf of his fellow graduates and diplomats of the class of 2025.
BMS President, Dr. Vijayawardena, our Chief Guest, Professor Paul Crony, Vice Chancellor, Teesside University, Executive Leadership Team of Teesside University, and distinguished members of the head table, lecturers, graduates, family, and parents. I'm so proud to be a graduate of Teesside University, the best UK university of the year 2025. It is a great feeling to be among the best BMS campus, Teesside University, and my fellow graduates. Today is a day I had dreamed of for years. Standing here in this moment, wearing this gown, I feel a mixture of pride, gratitude, excitement, and even a little disbelief. This isn't just a ceremony. It is a celebration of a journey which I started back in 2018 at BMS to pursue higher national diploma, bachelor's degree, and now completing the prestigious master's. Right after completing my HND at BMS campus, I stepped into the corporate world as a trainee associate consultant in business intelligence. By the time I completed my degree with almost 1.5 years of industry experience and a global qualification in hand, I gained a role in the project management office of one of the big 4 companies. It was quite a challenge managing work, life, studies, and of course, the phone which needs attention. It is confidence and making efforts to move ahead to transform our dream into a reality. Opportunities available today may not appear tomorrow. In my continuous studies, I developed the skill of breaking the habit of procrastination or postponement. I wish to stress for all of you that the diplomas of high diploma, high national diploma, and in particular graduate diploma, you should continue your degree and do not allow any factor to disturb or postpone your studies. A heartfelt thank you to our exceptional BMS and T-side faculty. Your tireless dedication, passion for teaching, and commitment to our growth have been the guiding force behind our academic journey. You have not only imparted knowledge, but also instilled in us the values of curiosity, critical thinking, and perseverance. You've been mentors, role models, and at times, even friends. The module contents of the degree are relevant, inspirational, and directly applicable to the workplace. To my fellow graduates, congratulations. We shall go into the world with courage, kindness, and determination and make our families proud. Let us make ourselves proud. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nimesh, for taking the podium on behalf of your fellow students and graduates and diplomates. Ladies and gentlemen, this graduation, this celebration has been wonderful, and I feel privileged to be part of it, but it has come to an end. It's a happy day for everyone, and I'm sure that you're leaving with your hearts filled with pride and excited to see what the world has in store for you. And as it was said from the podium, and I believe it's a sentiment of the head table, lifelong learning. So learning begins, it never ends. So I wish you well. On behalf of BMS Campus, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to extend heartfelt thanks from the podium to our chief guests, delegates of the head table, parents, dear graduates, diplomats, BMS Campus staff, everyone who has made this day so eventful. Ladies and gentlemen, as we formally began, we shall end. And to do the honors, may I invite our chief guest once again to the podium to officially declare that this graduation ceremony is closed.
Thank you. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed today of celebration for all the learning and achievement and success of all our graduates here today. And I hope your loved ones have enjoyed watching you receive your awards. But now I declare the BMS Convocation Ceremony 2025 is now closed. Thank you.
Thank you. And as practice has it, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pride in my heart right now to invite you to join me and everyone else in singing the national anthem of our great nation. Ladies and gentlemen in the audience, I'd like to request that you please remain standing as the procession led by BMS President Dr. W.A. Vijayawardena leaves the stage and the hall, and following which we shall proceed outward. So please remain standing until the procession leaves the hall. Following the procession, I'd like to request the invitees to make their way out while the graduates remain. The invitees may find themselves